Yo!
How are we?
How are you?
Very good to see you.
Reen, I'm very happy to have you on the show. Welcome to Smithy Podcast, a podcast where I take artists and entertainers out for Guinness.
Thank you very much. I love Guinness.
Yeah, clearly, yeah. I bought the t-shirt. You better fucking split the E or the G right now.
There's big pressure on.
Cheers.
The big reveal.
Oh my god, I fucking... Holy fuck, show the camera. Alright, this is what I prepared earlier.
Professional.
No. Yeah, fucking, well done, man. Jesus, the big pressure fucking, wearing the jacket, wearing the jumper.
I have to show out now.
Unreal.
Hit me up.
Isn't Reen like Little King in English?
It does. It means Little King, yeah.
So you're like a Little King on the Guinness and a Little King behind the decks, like.
Yeah, I think so. I will, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we've been trying to work towards. Yeah.
Well, bring it back to the very beginning, like where did it all start, man?
So I always had a love for it. Music in general, rhythm and stuff, and I was lucky enough that my family always put me through. I always had the opportunity to play music. You know, I played different instruments growing up.
Twin whistle boy?
Flat out. I always wanted to play the drums. I never got the chance to play them. But I probably played everything else. Now, I didn't do too well in everything else, but the drums was the main thing. And I think that kind of followed into now what I'm playing at the moment, which is music, which is house 4/4 sort of stuff, and it all runs around drums. I would have started off with DJing then when I went to Creamfields for the first time. Oh,
nice.
Yeah, which is unreal.
I'm sure you did all like Oxygen and all of that growing up beforehand, did you?
No, Creamfields. My first musical experience was probably was Above and Beyond, which was I was about 17 or 18 going to Belfast, and it was just like I remember going in there, absolutely blown away by the whole thing. It was unreal. Kind of fell in love with it then. I had a game called DJ Hero.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like Guitar Hero for DJ?
Yeah, pretty much. You had like a sort of a deck, and then you hook it up to your PlayStation, and then you have to like with Guitar Hero, you'd have the buttons.
Yeah.
So then you use them to scratch on the deck
turntable,
the turntable, and that would. Like that, I basically like from that game. Then I was like, oh yeah, I love this, and then went on to
taking that forward. Like, is it kind of like did that help in your DJing at all, or is it just a game kind of like fucking the Wii and tennis? Yeah.
It was like seeing two songs put together and sort of like when two songs you can mix them together and. The virtual crowd going wild.
I'm hooked.
Yeah, I'm hooked. Sign me up. So when I went back then, going forward to when I went to Creamfields.
Yeah. How old were you actually?
I just finished my leaving cert. I was 18.
Oh fuck.
So that was like my leaving cert.
Just for anyone that's like doesn't know Creamfields, that's over in England, right?
Yeah, Creamfields is a festival in Liverpool. I think it started in Ireland. It started as Cream Festival.
This is what we're having right here.
Yeah. It was going on for it's like 30 years now. It's going on, and it's massive. It's huge. It's like it's in Liverpool, yeah, and then it's in I think it's Derbyshire Gardens or something, but it's just massive. And
even back in the day, like you have them CDs, kind of like Cream.
Teddy Cream and Cream and stuff like that. That was the rave culture. That was the rave.
100%. Yeah,
that was the go-to. And yeah, I had this experience at that festival that stuck with me to this day. A certain DJ, Richie Ahmed, was playing.
Nice.
He played his own song, a remix of a song that I only about 4 months after I got back from that. On the Spice. About 4 months after I got back from that, I heard that song played on one of my buddies' playlists.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the song. And it was like, that was a song that kind of like, what?
Man, this is like pre-fucking Sajam or anything like that, where...
It was before
trying to fine tunes is so hard as well, right?
Yeah. It was like at a time where it was on release for a start. I actually heard it twice in that weekend because he was playing in 2 different areas, and I remember hearing it and like looking around and everybody was just like focused on him and just head bop sort of real just locked in. You know, everyone was just, there was no worries, there was no nothing else. Everyone was just like having a great time. That's where it started. That's where I fell in love with that. I had a moment in there. I was like, yeah, I think I'd like to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Going back to the very beginning. What, like, you playing guitar? What ones you were playing?
I played acoustic guitar, trumpet.
Really?
Trombone. Yeah, I tried a lot of different things. I couldn't take anything though.
What fucking NFL band were you doing the trumpet to, like?
I mean,
a trumpet in Ireland, man.
I guess
That's unreal.
I guess my mum had me aspirations for me to go into the Garda band, but I didn't do very well. Like, no, I just, it was drums. That's all I cared about.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I cared about.
Did obviously going off and drums and how did you develop your sound into finding like house music and? Did you jump through the whole, like, just for me, for an example, obviously I was influenced from my brother.
Yeah.
But like, I think we all started off with like trance and kind of like worked our way towards.
Yeah, it would have been.
100%.
EDM would have been big when I was young, and like there was like a page, it was like Melbourne Bounce and all this like crazy music like that.
Yeah.
Was like kind of big, but I always had it like for an eclectic music.
Yeah.
Sort of like with a bit of soul in it. And then I guess over time, because like over time of going to raves and like being exposed to music, you kind of find what's actually sort of suits you. Like EDM is great, but like you can't do.
It's kind of chewing gummy in some certain sense.
Like, do you know, if you've been to a party that like goes on for like 12 hours, where it's just unreal music after great music after great music, like, and like, you know, you're taking on a journey like that. That's when you can like really kind of understand like house and the
100%.
techno and the deeper sort of side of the underground things. And it was just over time that I got used to that.
Yeah.
It took me a while to sort of like build up an ear for it and grow to love it, but I did eventually by going to all these various raves and seeing top class DJs and stuff.
Yeah, so we were talking before we started this as well that you grew up in Cork, and I grew up in like Limerick would be the closest city. It's like 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
I would consider like Limerick having a good scene, but all the lads that was in my scene, they were nearly like getting sick of Limerick. So that like when we were moving over to Canada, they were actually moving down to Cork, and they were like, oh man. So there was, I actually did like Foss down in Cork for a while, and the scene was unreal. So like, just like, can you talk about the scene in Cork?
Like, it's, the talent pool down there is unreal. Like, there's so many good DJs down there.
Did you start DJing at home and then DJing in Cork?
So how it happened was I had my friend Dylan, who was like probably like one of my favorite DJs, like out of everybody. Like, he was doing it for a while, and then the two of us started linking up together to do gigs, and he had a few years. He was doing it for a few years before me, and when I took it up, then from learning off him, I kind of picked it up pretty quick. So that kind of like catapulted us into getting a few gigs in Cork.
Sure.
So we got into the scene down there, and like it was an already happening scene, which because like you would have had clubs like one of the biggest clubs before my time was Sir Henry's.
Cool.
Cork, which was like, I don't know, anybody would tell you that had been there and done that. Like it was, they said it was just unreal, amazing. Like there was all the biggest DJs play there.
Yeah.
That unfortunately closed. So then there was just a couple of other, like from that then there was more clubs opened up and but just a really thriving scene in Cork. Like loads of good artists. And then we started getting gigs in Cypress Avenue.
Okay, cool.
Which is like it's a shared multi-arts kind of venue. There's like, it's not just dedicated to house music or techno per se. There is bands and stuff playing there, but a good culture in there, and that really got the thing that got us kick-started.
Yeah. Did you notice the sound from just like England and it's, where am I going with this, is like just the sound in Ireland. We're kind of lucky in a sense that you have Europe so close.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, around that time, for me anyways, we had like Skrillex was just on the scene, Dead Mouse as well.
Yeah.
Was that all taken into consideration? I know you were talking about EDM for a bit. Like,
if anything, the energy was.
Yeah.
Because, like, the energy that would have been came out of those DJ sets, like, it's definitely people tried to replicate it.
Yeah, 100%.
But like the way it is replicated then at home, it's more of in a kind of like, it's their way, which was really good to see. And like there was a lot of like I went home for Christmas and I was at a gig and I was like, I actually kind of like forget about how energetic gigs can be at home.
Yeah, 100%.
Like people are so game. And
just in general, like it doesn't even have to be techno night, man. I went home for Christmas and we were talking earlier, you were singing the Cod Liver Oil and Orange Juice. But fucking, I actually got a free ticket to go see the Mary Wallabies.
Yeah.
But it was just
the
fucking
energy that they
messy, man. Just even like the Irish crowd in general. Like
it's
you're going to have a good time. Like there's going to be drinks spilt. Like, you know what I mean? So
but even what they bring to the stage, but they bring an energy in their own right.
Yeah,
though, like,
man, they're sick. Yeah.
Like that's sort of what you want.
It's definitely trying to incorporate that into like gigs in Canada and bringing that over here.
Definitely.
I think this Irish group that we all have with Irish DJs and Irish promotions is pushing, like, I might be a little bit biased, but like I think Irish people are well able to party a little bit more than Canadians.
There's a balance, and I think that's as well what I noticed at home is that there is that energy to have a rowdy gig, but there's also that professionalism from the DJs and what they bring to it, which is sort of like a more like they're bringing you on their own journey.
Yeah, 100%.
With their style of play and what like the music that they've spent hours trying to dig into, and then put together in a way that like sounds like into a set. So you're finding all of this music that's sort of off the radar. You might like it's good to throw in a bit of cheese here and there or whatever, but like have the core of the set to be sort of stuff that people don't know but they need to hear.
Yeah.
But keeping that energy of just like you've like do you know what I mean? Like you've sort of heard this sort of like I wouldn't say like commercial, but like that energy that you get from a gig that like you wouldn't really get.
100%. I know what
you know what I'm trying to say?
I do. Yeah.
Just bring in the energy.
So like bring us back to you decided you wanted to do it. What was the first system that you bought?
I got home from Creamfields and I used my tax back to buy. I was buzzing. I got the tax back. Come on.
Unreal. Fuck you, tax man.
Yeah. I bought a pair of DJing SP2s, which is just a very small, compact, portable DJ.
Like a laptop plug-in.
It's a laptop plug-in, exactly. My friend Dylan, he was using it as well at the time.
Shout out to Dylan.
Dylan, big man.
Yeah.
Unreal. Monk is his DJ name.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Unreal.
He's really doing well at home now at the moment. Delighted from his just top man. So he had that setup, and then that's what I took on, and it was the best way to learn because it was so simple. Do you know what I mean? There was nothing fancy about it. It's just plug it in, off you go.
And, the plug into your laptop, were you using Tractor?
Serato.
Okay,
so,
cool.
The SP2 is a Pioneer. So it's a product of Pioneer.
Yeah.
And Serato would be there's Serato, and then there's Record Box.
Okay, cool.
But they're both Pioneer.
Nice.
Serato is what I used, and then as you go up the scale with the equipment, you go on to record box as well. Record box would be the kind of industry standard for playing in clubs and stuff. You'd have to put your songs through record box to
beat match them,
to put them into make them correspond with like the club standard.
the software, right?
Yeah. Now there's other ones as well. There's Denon and there's other things as well, but that's just what I use.
Isn't it in record box where you can do mix and key and you see all the key?
You can mix and key. You can.
There's so much.
There's loads of stuff you can do. Yeah. Mix and key. Yeah, you can do everything in it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How did your very first gig go?
Pretty good. It was nerve-wracking, but it was pretty good.
And after, just jumping into that now, sorry to talk over you.
You're good.
But how long were you like mixing in your room and then?
Loads. So like you asked now about what we started off on. We started off on the smaller thing, but then we went to a studio that was in Cork. It was Billy McGalley is his name, BMG. He does loads for the Cork scene.
Did he teach you how to do it, or did you self-taught?
He does do lessons, but we just went in and he rents out the studio. He provides out like loads of he was the guy that was providing sound systems for everybody at the time, or equipment as well and stuff. He also had the best of gear, always looked after as well. So when you were getting it off him, that it was quality. So we done 1 or 2 lessons in there, and then had a shot of it in the club. I think it was a Halloween boiler room session we done, so it was like in the middle of the dance floor and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Actual boiler room or no?
It wasn't an actual boiler room. It was just like a boiler room
kind of
style event where the decks would be in the middle of the dance floor, and it went very well for our first time playing together in front of a crowd.
And that was yourself?
I'd say if we went back and listened now, it would be a different story. But it was good. It was good.
And that was yourself and your mate, right?
Did
you always go back to back at the start?
Yeah, we had for about 4 years, I'd say we were doing it together.
What were you called there? Did you have
Abstract?
Abstract. That's a fucking sweet name, man.
Yeah, he actually taught it that. So
bastard, huh?
So we started doing like we were doing pub gigs together, and then we were doing the club gigs together and stuff, and we were doing good. And then about, I'd say, when was it? It was I got a job in working the airport in Cork, so I had to go in and start doing that. And then he went off to college in Biffy.
Yeah.
But then after all that, we came back together, and we started DJing together again, which was unreal.
What decided to come over to Vancouver?
My uncle lives here, so that was and he's only about 6 years older than me, so that was like a good. I knew if he liked it, I'd get on well.
Yeah.
Here. Just a bit more opportunity, I guess, with stuff. I felt it was very hard at home to break into music things at home, the music scene. As good as it is, it's a tight run ship at home.
100%. I know for Limerick, we've been talking, it's kind of like crabs in a bucket mentality as well.
Yeah.
I don't think if I was to run a podcast in Limerick, it would be more like, I felt more judged. Here it's like, fuck it, you're nearly like celebrated to do something like that, you know?
Yeah. Definitely more creativity.
Yeah.
Like there's more scope with the creativity, what you can do.
100%, yeah.
And sort of, there's more opportunity.
Definitely.
There's more opportunity.
When you did rock on and you got set up, when did you start like, okay, fucking fishing for gigs and so like that?
Straight away nearly. I tried my hand at a couple of places. I wouldn't say I got the cold shoulder, but just found out very quick that it was kind of, you know, as it is everywhere. You don't just walk in somewhere and kind of be like, oh, you're right. But I tried to be as pleasant and polite as possible and walk in and ask them.
You seem like a nice guy, anyways. What's behind the glasses?
Yeah. Prick. But no, I was here about 8 weeks, and Yasmin Cardesi was over.
Nice.
She's originally from Kerry, but she would have been in Cork loads. She studied down there, so we became friends way before this. Myself, we all, and herself and Dylan, like we all kind of started around the same time. And then she was over here, and basically went down to one of her gigs, and that JikaJika were running, and that was she'd introduced me to all of them beforehand.
Yeah.
You know, I just got down there, I was like, "Hi, I'm Reen." They're like, "Oh," she had told them about me, and sort of she wanted me to play and stuff, and basically from there, that was how I kind of got in with the lads, and just showed up and tried to do a good job every time from that.
Yeah. How long from doing that to becoming like resident DJ for JikaJika?
Over a year, I would say. And that was about a year and a bit. Yeah.
Well, things got off fairly quickly then, didn't it, over here?
Pretty quickly. I tried to do a lot of stuff behind, like, sort of, I wouldn't say closed doors, but like, I would have went to a lot of gigs, tried to go to a gig every week or something.
Just being in the scene and even wanting to go out as well.
Yeah, I wanted to go out, supporting a couple of lads whoever were playing, just being around, see who is running the gigs, and just putting myself out there a little bit more.
100%, yeah.
It's like something sort of kind of a bit of a, I guess it's a bit of a confidence boost you get as well about moving away. You've been putting yourself out there.
You have to, really, don't you? Yeah.
So like it was like you kind of have your kind of a core group at home, but then you move away, like you have to kind of push yourself a little bit more to get out there and see what's happening.
Do you think there's a difference between the nights that are thrown back in Ireland and the nights that are thrown here?
I would. I think in certain ways. So like there's obviously still an Irish group, but you want to appeal to the Canadians as well. But I would feel at home, it's more cemented.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So the stuff you go to at home, people know what they're going to get. They'll show up for that reason. It's trying to find over here it's more of a mixed bag.
Okay, all right.
But in a way, like not in a bad way. It's just in a way that like it's just people like it's just trying to find out what people like over here in a way that like you're kind of starting fresh, if that makes sense. Which isn't a bad thing, It's nice to have a fresh outlook on
different
things.
Types of scenes and tunes.
Yeah,
and stuff
because
like
it brings the best out of you.
And as it goes as well, the whole like music is evolving as well too. Different tastes and there's new things and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. It's evolving into a very sort of a high energy sort of situation with music at the moment. I think everyone kind of expects sort of a very pumping sort of in and out kind of environment. Like I think clubbing should be sort of laid out and enjoyed and sort of like a linear kind of an experience.
Yeah. I was thinking about this. This is so random. This is a completely random off ball, right? I was thinking like as a club experience.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you could take from like the old school or back in the day and try and revive it into nowadays? And I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Imagine in a set you could throw an old one for the ladies, like like a slow set.
Yeah.
So everyone could meet and do a little fucking slow dance. Do you know what I mean? That would be brilliant. That would be brilliant because it would be one for the ladies.
Yeah.
Then that would eradicate all the fucking Tinder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, like there was. I do get what you're saying. Would that be like building the night as well, though?
I don't know. You tell that story. You're the DJ. You tell the story and then you can drop it down and one for the ladies.
So like that. There's DJs that have the elements of surprise. They'll bring things in and out. Like rather.
You're like, oh, I'm horny.
Like there's a guy called DJ Harvey.
Right.
And he does all like disco and sort of stuff. And
I thought you were going to say DJ Horny.
DJ Horny Harvey.
So, Steve Harvey on the decks, like.
There was like one of the things. My teeth. So he was like playing in DC-10 in Ibiza, and like he got like when he came on, everybody left the room because they didn't know who he was, didn't know what he was about, sort of thing. But the half of the crowd or the third of the crowd that stayed, it was like, and this was like just reading of other DJs experience that night. It's that because like before that it would have been like very pumping sort of whatever, and then he came on and he's like sort of disco ladies, everything else. And when he was playing for the 2 hours he played. The other DJs that were there for him, watching him, they said that like they'd never seen so many like sit downs, which is like everyone gets to the ground and like jumps back up.
No way! Oh,
like sick. He totally just like caught them and just was like had them in the palm of his hand. I think he actually opened up a club as well recently. And
where is it? Where's he originally from?
DJ Herbie. I think he's English. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, he's like. Like what you're kind of touching off there now is there's a way to kind of tone it back. Like he's definitely a guy that does it that way. There's loads of other DJs that do it as well, but just in different parameters of doing it, like that will bring you in and out of a journey.
Yeah. In your DJ style, or what's the perfect set? How long would it be if you were to plan it out? Like how would you go about planning it out?
I mean, like if you're doing a warm up. An hour is grand.
I know. Again, it's all like time is set and all of that.
It would be 100%. Like if it was to be, if you were the main act, like 3 hours, I think is.
You are the main act. What would you?
3 hours. 3 hours would be good.
Yeah.
Between 2 and 3 hours. Yeah, I'd be more inclined to go 3 hours. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
In around the 1.5 hour, you can fit the one for the lettuce.
You want for how are you getting on?
Yeah. No raunchy.
Yeah.
Unreal. Yeah, that's class, man.
Yeah. I think you need scope.
Another thing as well. You were doing a back-to-back set in New York, right?
Yeah.
Did you? I can't remember your man's
Stevie.
name. Stevie. Yeah. Shout out to Stevie. Did you know Stevie beforehand?
I did, yeah. Yeah, he was one of the lads that actually. When I started off in Cork, would have been ahead of us and would have been doing very well, and sort of a fella that you'd nearly look up to in a way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Actually going down to meet him again this Paddy's Day, and we're doing a gig together.
Unreal.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's been.
But that's in Toronto.
No, that's in New York.
Oh, you're doing that on the Sunday?
After Toronto, it's going to be New York. Yeah.
Oh, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry there, guys. I got this
Paddy's
one
Day.
prepared earlier.
Yeah.
It's definitely gone off, though. I was going to ask one more thing there about the set. I can't remember, but let's jump forward. I'll come back. I'll think about it.
Yeah.
You have all these gigs coming up in the next month, so it's literally like I had the Avid Boys on.
Yeah.
They had the show last weekend. It was sick.
Lads.
But they've like tagged it as in the drought is over.
Yeah.
So literally the drought is over and the gigs are coming in hot. Like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go on. Yeah. So you have March 2nd, which this podcast will probably be out.
That's going to be Cracking. Which would be with Jack, who goes under Tasca, and Eva Riley.
Eva's, I was going to say.
And Joe as well, who goes under, I think, what's Joe go under? Joe Tree, I think. All, it's like A1 lads, very invested in their music.
100%.
And just be good crack. I think the plan with that is to go bi-weekly in the summer. Or work towards the summer. So do like maybe on a Wednesday thing, as far as I know. So there'd be something to do during
Where is that based out of then?
Bimini's. Well, Ave has
that's in Kitsilano, right?
Yeah. Ave has a couple of things on the go. Ave's like really good.
He's such a champion.
Yeah, he's A1. Serious DJ as well.
Definitely.
Knows his stuff, like loves his eclectic
so
music.
Enthusiastic about it.
Yeah. Like going back to that sort of like building an energy, but through music people kind of need to hear, not want.
I'll remember what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Has it ever happened, right, where you're doing a back-to-back set?
Yeah.
And there's that really popular song that everyone wants to play.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be a back-to-back set. You're
Yeah.
at a festival or anything like that. And for IE, I'll give you an example. I remember when Bicep Glue was out, right?
Yeah.
And every fucking Tom, Dick and Harry was playing
Yeah.
it. And there's that one popular song that you wanted to play, but then someone else played it. Did you have to like talk to them and like, I'm going back to back with you.
Yeah.
You're going back to back to me. This is my set list. What's your set list?
I mean, I'd always go into like a set like with that in the back of my head, like, oh, I have that song I want to play. But then if someone else plays it, you're just like, oh, I have to match it in a way. Do you know that kind of way?
Play the exact same song afterwards.
Just like finish off the last half hour, just the same one over and over again.
Just on loop.
Literally. But like if someone else got there, that's great. You just gotta do.
Yeah,
you have enough in the locker to be able to, do it. But like if I'm playing by myself, I would like depending on I remember during the summer there was a set in that the Peggy Goo song, our latest one. That was a pretty big one. So just threw that in the middle of the set, and like it's a nice little like kind of gets people involved and sort of stuff.
100%. She's
right. Yeah. So like I do try to incorporate a bit of like underground then into like sort of people know and then back into sort of stuff. Just kind of trying to keep a nice flow. And then as well, if it's like that was I was passing it. So that day was actually for the JikaJika festival last summer. So it was after Kerry Chandler and then into Sublime Sound. So I was trying to balance out the energy of playing after Kerry Chandler, then playing into Sublime Sound without sort of overstepping any boundaries. Yeah. So I had a kind of a plan to play that song in the middle to just sort of like kind of
level it out a bit.
Kind of just catch a bit of momentum or sort of keep people sort of invested in a sort of a sound where I wasn't overstepping or trying to carry on the energy. Yeah. You know what I mean?
100. No, I do, definitely.
And like sort of because it was an all day party, so then it went into the night party. So you want to kind of get people back on their feet again for the home stretch.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. That last 3 hours.
Yeah.
When you do go planning out your perfect set.
Yeah.
And do you plan it out to like a T, or would you plan it out as in like mix it in the moment and just go hell for leather? Or is it depending on the day?
I would have planned it out song for song before. Tried to stray away from that. Just I think as you get a bit on it, you do shy away from that.
Yeah.
It's just songs in a playlist that you can kind of work off. The last time I done that, the last time I did do the song for song one was with Hugh McVicker. I really wanted to like make sure that was like
solid. Yeah.
But otherwise, I would try to just sort of put songs in a place that I think will work, and then sort of go off that because there's a bit. It feels like there's a bit more kind of magic in it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. 100%. Especially for you. I'm sure, like, if you like watched it or played it, it's just like ran dry in a sense.
You kind of like, and if it works, it works. It doesn't, it doesn't.
What's the best platform to find tunes for yourself?
At the moment, I'm heavy on SoundCloud. I find that pretty good because it kind of like it'll kind of bring it. It'll direct it towards artists that don't get the same sort of spotlight as they might on Spotify. Yeah. Spotify's still good as well, to an extent. It's good for making playlists and then you can kind of like, you get like good recommended and stuff, but SoundCloud would probably be the best. And then if you were downloading music to buy Beatport and Bandcamp, like you can dig through them as well. Nice. Bandcamp is probably the best though because for downloading music because of their fees goes majority towards the artist.
Oh, right. Nice. Yeah, always support the artist.
Bandcamp Fridays, first of every month, or first Friday of every month, all the fees go to the artist, so they don't take any money. I think.
No way.
Yeah. So
that's that one time in Bandcamp.
Yeah, first Friday of every month.
I had to get it in, right? I had to get it in.
I laid it. Yeah.
So man, going on. Like, do you have any? What's next coming up in the barrel for you?
There'll be Cracking, which is on the 2nd of March. That'll be in Bimini's. That's with Ev, Tascam, Joe, and the lads. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That'll be really good. That'll be good night. So they're hoping to go forward and go bi-weekly with that. And then after that it'll be with Chase and Abby in Toronto. And on the 15th,
You're doing supporting them, right?
supporting them.
That's huge.
Yeah, look, we're buzzing with that. And then
Paddy's Day.
George Feely the next
Yeah.
night after that. So George, fucking A1. Looking forward to throwing it down with him again. And then on to New York with Stevie and the lads below. And then back then, I think April, nothing announced yet, but hopefully get something. And then back in May at the festival with MRMR.
Yeah.
So
Unreal. That's it. And you'll be there.
I'll be there.
The little king behind the decks, Reen.
Tops off.
Sick, man. There's also one thing that I wanted to touch on was you also do every Tuesday, or is it every other Tuesday with Soundskins?
Yeah, the lads Soundskins, Dan and Sam.
Yeah.
And they've their buddies back in Ireland as well. Yeah, we're trying to get something going there now. With a regular thing with sort of maybe doing that bi-weekly as well, where
that's like a live stream?
A live stream / sort of recording our mix series where it'll give people a chance to kind of do an hour there, do themselves, and give people a promotion, or give people a chance to put themselves out there.
The boys were even saying that you were kind of like showing them the ropes a little bit and showing them how to mix and stuff.
It goes both ways. Yeah. They're showing me the ropes and a few things as well. They're good lads to be around. They're very creative.
They're a good buzz off them, man.
There's a great buzz off them.
Yeah.
So we're trying to just make something there that's sort of wholesome and that we can kind of do ourselves. They're designing me a T-shirt as well. They've T-shirts designed for JikaJika as well. That's coming out.
Is that been dropped yet? Actually, because they showed me them when I recorded them. They're fucking sick.
They had 2 prototypes actually ordered at the house the other day. I was modelling over in the house.
Unreal. So apparently they're like even designing this kind of like I was gonna say, I could get this wrong, but like a whole like dresser that can be portable kind of thing that can sell and everything. It sounds wicked.
They want to do a lot of things like that. So they want to do like a mobile sort of
a
mobile unit for merch, but they also want to do a mobile sort of live recordings for music as well. So where you can just pack everything into one, go up a mountain or find somewhere nice and then just do like a little boutique rave and stuff like that. Yeah, and if there's any lads to do it, it's those lads. They're pretty on the ball.
Them boys were telling me they want to get like fucking watermelons and a catapult and
yeah. I'm hoping they'll fire me out of a catapult.
If they've the stuff to do, they'll go and do it. You know what I mean? And they do, 100%. Any up and coming artists or DJs that are in Vancouver that you'd recommend?
So my 2 of my closest friends over here would be Mikey and Gavin. Mikey, Mr. Reen, is like very good DJ and producer.
Yeah,
definitely a fella to keep an eye on. Same with Gavin. There's also Juicy Lucy.
Unreal.
Yeah, he's puts out some serious music. There's Kieran as well, Badger, who does Boogie Black at home. He just got over, so he's a fella to keep an eye on. Then there's like there's the Avid lads and like Ev and the rest of the guys, Tascam. They're all really good lads. They honestly, like, we're all kind of hanging around each other.
Yeah, there's a whole squadron.
There is, and we're all kind of coming together and trying to make things work together. So, if you're keeping an eye on one, you're keeping an eye on everybody.
100%.
And then of course, like my lads at home, have Dylan Monk. He's doing very good for himself, and then lads over in like Berlin. There's Fionn, and then Doyler, who's at home, and all the other lads. Like there's lads over in Australia as well doing bits as well.
100%.
Graham, Chris. So like there's so much happening. Like,
shout out to
all coming out of Cork. Do you know what I mean? Most of them.
and more importantly, you are from Cork, right?
I'm from Cork myself. Yeah, I mean, like, it's nice, like, well, it's not Cork.
Man, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much, man. I look forward to all your sets in the summer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Good luck.
Cheers, lad.